Hello. um,
Hi.
Welcome to our podcast. Da-da-da-da. It's At Home with GSM, also known as Growth Spark Marketing. Um, I'm Liv. I'm one of the directors of the company. This is a fake background because I'm not rich enough for this sort of background. Um, but yeah, I'm one of the directors of the company. And yeah, we're a very new startup company, and we thought, hey, let's make a podcast because me and Jaimie are like best friends and also absolute nerds, and we just talk a lot. So why not? Go on, Jaimie.
Hello, I'm Jaimie. I also work for Growth Spark Marketing. Massive nerd, obsessed with all things film and horror and tech and things like that. So this podcast is kind of perfect for me. Very much a yapper too, along with Liv. So yeah, we're just gonna yap.
Just gonna yap. Um, but yeah, kind of my whole thing is alongside like being a nerd like Jaimie. Got a caffeine addiction. That's the other thing. Also like horror. Um, but yeah, my kind of work, the way that I work is building a team, fun team environment. I tend to do more of the social media, so like the source stuff. And then I also dabble in a bit of the HR, but I tend to enjoy the social media a lot more. um, but yeah, I thought we'd kind of go into sort of how we created this company, because it's a long, long story filled with tragedy, heroism, all the lovely things like book talk stuff. Um, but yeah, Jaimie just kind of came in obviously as my friend, and she's doing all the sales things as well. Um, but it started as a different company, and I'm not going to say the name or the name of
Yeah,
the person
for
that was
legal
the
reasons.
for legal reasons. It's not a joke, but I'm just not going to say anything. Started with a different company, different director said that very loosely. I don't know what he was directing, but it wasn't a company. Yeah, and I did the recruitment and sort of HR for that. They just disappeared. Um, and yeah, and then we thought the people that were left, we thought, oh, let's just make our own. Why not? So we've got old Gazza. He's the one that's put in kind of a lot of the funds and started it off. Got me and Jaimie. Got Ads, who's the tech sort of tech guy, is another director. Gav, who's one of the who's like the team leader, manager, yeah.
Manager, yeah.
And then we've got Shez, who's does a bit of everything. I
Yeah,
think I
bless
would
her.
say. But yeah, we kind of just decided because we've all got an interest in tech, especially me and Jaimie because we like gaming. Until Dawn being our like shared one of our shared favourite games.
100%, yes. Anything
Along,
horror game, that's us.
alongside things like Life is Strange, Rage and Bloom
Hell
mentioned.
yes.
Um, but yeah, I think this is kind of our like introductory episode, sort of the things that we're wanting to go over. Very various topics. We'll try and keep it in the tech realm. I don't know how well that's going to go. We've been given free reign, and I feel like that's a very dangerous thing to be for us to be given.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think some ideas we've had because I'm a big fan of and Jaimie's of like Reddit and horror stories. So we're probably going to do some Reddit stories that are surrounding tech, so tech horror. Um, there's one that I really want to read, and I will do voices, which is called "I Have No Mouth, Therefore I Must Scream," which is a book and Reddit story I want to go over. Jaimie, I will expect you to do voices also.
I will try my best.
Because we both also play D&D, and I also DM, so I'm used to doing a very bad Russian accent, which I might do for one of the characters. We'll see. Um, yeah, and we're probably going to do some things on some tech talk, sort of a gaming, what's going on in the gaming sphere, advice in terms of careers, so like micromanaging, true crime. There's a lot of
Mental
things.
health. Mental
Mental
health is going to
health,
be a big one, yeah.
yeah. As me and Jaimie are both the TISM on
Yes.
the spectrum, as are most people that work at this company, whether it's the
Yeah.
TISM, whether it's ADHD, some sort of
We're all
neurospiciness.
a bit, yeah, neurodivergent, and I think that's why we get on along so well, everyone
Yeah,
within the company, is because we all kind of understand how each other works and things, which is
yeah.
great.
I think with the true crime stuff as well, we're both interested in that too. And I think because I did criminology and law at uni, I've got a big interest in that. But I think if we did it on here, I can talk about things that I actually want to talk about and go more in depth.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and I think hopefully it will all go well. Um, but like Jaimie said, mental health is going to be a big one. We're going to talk about things from burnout in the workplace, managing time. We're going to have some of the other directors on. Shez is wanting to talk about burnout. That's one of hers,
Yeah.
especially things like autistic ADHD burnout. Um, yeah, and just feel good vibes. I think that's what we're
Feel good
going for.
vibes. Hell yeah.
Yeah, should we read some of the statements as well from?
Yeah, so we've got statements from each of the directors to read out about the company and kind
Yeah,
of how they feel about the company. So yeah,
yeah.
we're going to read them out.
I'll start with mine. I feel like
I feel like that's probably the best one to start with.
yeah. So personally, with what happened to the other company, it made me feel quite disheartened because I've got quite a love for digital marketing and tech itself. So it kind of made me feel a bit like blue because I've got that personal love for it anyway. Um, but I still have that love for it now. So this company's brought it back. Like I said, I'm big into gaming. Um, at the minute, I'm playing Final Fantasy 16. I love the Final Fantasy games. Love it. Um, but yeah, I think I really enjoy social media. I think connecting with people is something that I really enjoy. So that's kind of why I enjoy doing that part of it. Um, but yeah, the people I work with, I don't ever come or start work and think, oh, like obviously, if I'm working with Jaimie, I'm working with other people I get on with, like shares and ads and that. So it's like a big dysfunctional family.
We literally are like a family, and it's great.
Yeah, and I'm just excited to see because we've only been going for like a few weeks, haven't we? 2 months, I can't remember, I think now.
I think it's about
So
3 weeks at this point. Yeah.
yeah, so it's very new. So I'm excited. We've got some new people joining next week. And if anybody sees this podcast, also we are hiring. Just so also
I'll add all
um,
the information at the end.
at the end of the podcast episode. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it kind of progresses. Got a lot of hope, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Do you want me to read ads?
Yeah, go on then.
Right. Ads. He says, I like to blend data, creativity, and a dash of digital wizardry to turn clicks into customers and strategies into stories worth sharing. Can you tell I'm not wearing my glasses because this is
Yeah,
difficult?
that was a struggle. It's all right.
I tend to be the one that focuses on the tech side of things, such as the CRM systems, as this is where I feel my most comfortable, and I like to work both upfront and behind the scenes as the tech guy. He literally is, like, you know, in like films and that they have one tech guy. That's ads in this
Yeah,
company.
he's
100%.
giving like Spencer Reid from Criminal Minds.
Yeah, definitely. And he has a lot of hope for the company, and he hopes that our authentic and empathetic nature shines through.
Which I feel like it does. I feel like because in terms of talking about sort of obviously we'll cover like a whole episode on stuff that we offer, but in a nutshell, like kind of what we offer is that digital marketing advice into and like Jaimie herself talks to companies and tries to encourage them if they need any help, whether that be with like websites or social media. But we try to do it. We're not trying to do it in like a pushy way. We actually genuinely do want to help.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the thing. Like, we genuinely want to help UK businesses build their revenue and get more sales. Like,
yeah,
why would we be doing this if we genuinely didn't want to help? Because we do.
yeah. Right, I'll read Shezla's. So, because
Business.
Shez is our she's sort of like I put her as a well. She said that she's a digital marketing like leader, which makes sense. But she's also obviously one of the directors, but she also does a lot of the training. So new people that come in, she helps train them. But she likes to empower teams to think boldly, corroborate, that's not a word, collaborate openly, and create meaningful connections through strategy-driven campaigns that inspire trust and deliver results. I know Shez and us anyway, but I know Shez especially is very big on like diversity inclusivity, so things such as like neurodiversity and that she's very big on, which she won't mind me saying. And she thinks that obviously those things shouldn't be looked over. Like if you do have obviously, if you're neurodiverse, it's not a weakness, it's a strength. Because there's a lot of things like somebody who's neurotypical to neurodiverse is going to see like there's different strengths to both of them. So I think it's about, for our company, it's about being inclusive, whether that's of mental health issues, physical disabilities, different age groups, and kind of trying to adapt really to different circumstances. And she also likes to make sure everyone's heard as well, and kind of make sure everyone has a voice, which she does. When we have our meetings, just me and her, she does talk about that quite a bit. Make sure everyone is equal, which we love to see.
Yes, definitely. And Shez really helps as well. Like you wouldn't believe it, but I can actually be quite quiet. And Shez has really helped me with that. And like I had never worked a sales job before this. I worked as a domiciliary palliative carer, the longest title ever. And Shez really helped like make me feel more comfortable starting this job. So did everyone else. Everyone else did, but Shez would always message me during the training being like, if you have any questions, speak up, and that actually helped. But yeah. So Gav says, as a digital marketing director, he leads with strategy, data, and creativity to drive measurable growth, build impactful brands, and stay ahead in an ever-evolving digital landscape. He's very people-focused, and he is enjoying helping the current sales employees as a manager and seeing their confidence grow within the company.
I think it's true. He's quite chill, and
He's so chill.
Like your uncle.
Yeah. He literally is. Yeah, he's great.
Right, and then we have Darren. So Darren is a big boss. I mean, we're all technical directors, but I would go to Darren if I didn't know what to do, because he is obviously a bit older and he's got a lot of years of experience. I think we're talking like 30 plus years. So, and he's the one that kind of was like, took us all under his wing and was like, it will be okay.
It will be okay.
Yeah. And he's put a lot of time and energy into this, so I've got a lot of respect for him. But yeah, so he says, for a long time, my world was sales management. It was a career that I was fortunate enough to take me all over the globe, from the heat of Oman to the beaches of Tenerife. Loved it. Got so many stories.
Literally each day is a new story, and you're like, how? How is this possible?
He just drops that he knows like celebrities. I'm like, what? Okay. So it taught me an incredible amount about business and even more about people. When I came back home to the UK in 2006, I knew I needed a change. It wasn't just about hitting targets anymore. I was looking for something with a different kind of purpose. So I dove headfirst into the world of digital marketing. I took courses, I learned the ropes, I ended up building a really successful career in affiliate marketing, even owning my own traffic exchanges. But the part I loved most was the mentoring. I trained as a mentor because I realised that what truly energised me was the challenge of helping someone else navigate the noise and succeed. Ah, bless him. He's so wholesome.
He's sweet, yeah.
And that passion led me to what I thought was a fantastic opportunity, a project with a brilliant idea for helping businesses. But to make a long story short, the owner disappeared. That's as much as we're going to say, because that's what I said as well. Vanished and left a group of dedicated people, including me, completely in the lurch. And in that moment of chaos and frustration, something incredible happened. The five of us left, looked at each other, and realised the brilliant idea wasn't the person who left, it was the very real need we were trying to fill. This is a speech and a half. I love this.
It is.
I've only read it once, and I'm like, man, this is...
I'm reading it now as you're saying it, and I'm like, wow, that's insane.
This is why he's a good, charismatic, we knew we could do it better, We knew we could do it with integrity, so we decided to do it ourselves, That's how Growth Spark Marketing was born. It was founded from the belief that small business owners don't need more jargon or empty promises. They need a clear path and trusted partner who will show up and genuinely make a difference. And that's exactly what we're here to be. Just 5 ordinary people with our own unique stories working to make a real difference. Mr. Darren Noble.
What a man.
I'll give that a
10
clap
out
and
of
a half.
10.
Clap and a half. Because, yeah. But yeah, I think my mind's gone blank after that. I was genuinely like, wow, that was it. Yeah, I think what we kind of do offer, obviously, we have different, which kind of Darren mentioned there, but we have obviously things like the different packages and the founders package. And yeah, what we're trying to get across as well with this podcast is we just like talking to just people as well. Like, obviously, this podcast is more it's informative, but we're just wanting to bring something a bit fun to the table and to the company as well. And me and Jaimie watch a lot of podcasts and listen to a lot of podcasts
Yes.
ourselves. So we just thought, kind of, why not? And especially when they're like, oh, we should do a podcast. I thought me and Jaimie were like, yes.
We 100% will. Yes, yes, please.
We will lead. But yeah, again, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, any thoughts, Jaimie? Any thoughts?
I really hope people listen to this podcast and just think, wow, that company seems really chill and really good. I have a business. Like, this is people saying this, not me. I have a business. I'm going to go to Growth Spark Marketing and be like, help me make my business more popular. And we'll help them. And that's all that we want. That's all we want. And then we want to have fun while doing it. So talking about spooky true crime things and Reddit stories and that, if that is one way we can do it, we 100% will.
Yeah. And I think in terms of like episodes and that, they'll probably vary, won't they, in like length and things. Like this is probably going to be a shorter one because it's like the
Like
introductory
20
one.
minutes, yeah.
20 minutes, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think the next one, if we end up doing what I'm thinking of doing, that could be like an hour. I don't know. We might have to split that one into parts because that is a long
Yeah.
story.
Yes.
But yeah, I think for me, there's a lot of inspo as well. Like I want to kind of obviously shout out some inspo that I've got. So especially for the Reddit stories, there's 2 people on Creepcast. So it's Wendy Goon and Papa Meat. I feel like we could be the female version of them. But yeah, I think just bringing our own like personality to it. Obviously, people like with the true crime, you've got people like Call Me Chris. You've got people like when we're gonna do the law dumps, obviously GT like Matt Pat,
Yeah.
Plumella.
Plumber is a big one, yeah, for
Love
us.
Sims. We love Sims in this house.
We do.
We're not really sure what our next episode will be because we've got quite a lot of ideas. I think it'll be something interesting because we'll plan it.
Yeah, basically, type in Growth Spark Marketing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're there.
Yeah, I think it's gross. I think it's Growth Spark Marketing Limited. I think, and then the symbol is like a light bulb.
Yeah.
And that's us. The person posting usually is me. So on the TikToks especially, you'll probably hear either my voice or I do either a voiceover one video or I do pictures, but it is me. So if you get in contact with us on social media, it's probably me you're talking to.
Yes.
But yeah, if people do see this, welcome to the Sparky fam. That's so cute. Spark. Oh my god, we can call people Sparks.
Oh my god, that's sick. Yeah.
I got it. Rain meets are going. I think. Is there anything else?
I think so. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening and watching the very first episode of At Home with GSM or Growth Spark Marketing. That is just a very long name, hence GSM.
GSM,
yeah. Thanks.
We will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.